Welcome to Alien Theorist Theorizing. I'm Braden.
I'm Zell.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Andrew.
Hey, we had a little pre-meeting before the show. I must have rolled the fucking lowest dice roll on the
Pick the short straw.
You rolled a nat one.
And listen, Zell was laying out a lot of paths. From my understanding of what Zell was saying, Zell laid out a lot of paths before us of which paths we could take as ATT, as theorists theorizing, merging, unmerging, canceling, Coke Zero, Coke Regular. And I just want to let everyone know
Here it is.
that from now on, because of this decision that we all made, it was a resounding yes.
100%.
It was a resounding yes across the board. It was yes, unless it was
Actually,
no.
Dan didn't say anything.
Unless it was no. Unless it was no. But I think yes was the census. So there you go. You heard it here first.
Yes is what we're doing.
Yes. We're yes men. And it's yes, we're moving forward. Yes.
All right, there it is.
Sum it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could sum it up
backwards.
we're things are moving and we're not stopping. Things
Did they
are moving.
move or did they never move?
I don't know. Yes.
We don't know. Yes.
Everything is moving, even if you think it's not moving.
In
It is
constant
moving.
motion,
Constant
just
motion.
like the universe.
Linear.
I like that. All right, perfect.
Listen, today we're talking about fucking Edgar Cayce. First off, this is for that one
Whoa,
motherfucker.
Hold on
this,
a second.
This
Hold
is
on a
for
fucking second.
what?
Say it again.
Edgar
Mhm.
Cayce.
KC.
Casey. Whoops.
But you said it like it was, we're talking about Edgar Cayce.
Edgar Cayce.
Just like fucking mushed as
Wait,
one.
it's not Edgar Cayce?
I thought it was Case.
Casey.
KC.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
I fucking thought it was
that how
Edgar
it's
Cayce
spelled?
all day.
It sounds like Case.
I mean, it
I
looks
thought
like
it was
Case.
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 It looks like Case too.
I saw people written it out as Casey. They're
This
like,
is
"It's Casey."
this. We're doing this episode
Casey.
for one motherfucker
One
that
guy.
made two comments that was like, "You guys never talk about Edgar Cayce." Well, here you go.
See.
Yeah,
We
here
don't
you
ever
go.
talk about Edgar Case. We talk
And
about
now
Edgar
we
Cayce.
are, and it's all thanks to you.
It's
Okay,
all your fault.
so
It sucks.
it's all this guy's fault. What's his name? Let me
100%.
call him out here.
Call him out.
What's his name here on Facebook? Please say. Yeah, I'm gonna give your full fucking government name too, brother.
Got your STIN number?
Oh no.
Yeah, whatever
Social
information
social
I can get.
insurance? Got
for
all
you.
that stuff for you.
Let's see. Yeah, he was like, "Man, you guys never talk about Edgar Cayce." And this is the second time I saw a comment like that from him. I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. We're talking about him. I don't
spite,
see it. I'll
falling
find
for
it
his
there.
trap.
Oh, there we go.
Dox him.
Paul Belolavic. There you go. Huh? This
Search
one's for
him
you.
out.
And listen, if this episode does poorly, you're banned from everything.
Well, I'm gonna
Okay.
block you.
You're banned from the group.
It's gone.
You're banned from Facebook. I actually might even write to Facebook, say you're a hacker or something, like you're promoting
Report 'em.
scams.
Yeah.
Whatever I can do.
Make your life miserable.
Yeah, I'm gonna call your workplace and I'm gonna be like, this guy ruined our show.
Yeah. Don't be surprised if Chris Hansen's knocking on your door, buddy. We're going through all
We're going. Yeah, it's so we're talking about
good.
Edgar Cayce.
We're taking
which is
100% credit.
yeah, then we're gonna
Absolutely.
so we're gonna cut the
Yeah.
first part of the
We're
show.
gonna cut
First
this
part of the
part
show. All right, re-intro.
Re-intro, yeah. Welcome to Alien Theorist Theorizing, just for there. And we'll cut out and things will keep moving.
Yeah.
If this one is the one. This guy, the Sleeping Prophet. I had no idea about him, which is one of the reasons why we've never talked about him. I don't think I'd literally never heard of him until these two Facebook comments. And then I was like, all right, what's this guy's deal? Is this something we want to talk about? And I was like, no.
Are we sure we've never talked about him on an old case file?
That's what I thought
He's
too.
been
I don't
brought
think
up
so.
for sure.
I think
We've definitely.
Didn't we talk about hypnosis and stuff? We would have talked about it for sure.
We probably talked about him during Atlantis.
But this
like, he
guy
does
gets
have a
hypnotized. He
chunk
doesn't
of it.
really hypnotize people. He just sleeps.
He self-hypnotized.
No, he hypnotized people too. He got
Really?
into
I thought
this.
he was just hypnotizing himself
Well, let's
into
go
like
through
a
it.
trance
He
state.
learned how to do it, then he started hypnotizing other people.
But this guy's
Okay, who
old
is
as-
he?
Yeah,
Who is
old
this
as
guy?
dirt.
Edgar Cayce.
That's what told me.
Edgar Cayce, born March 18th, 1877, in Christian County, Kentucky, to a pair of farmers. his mother and father. He was also born into a fairly, since it is called Christian County,
kidding.
it is appropriately super Christian,
Muslim.
like ironically. Yeah, ironically.
It's the Muslim stronghold in the
Casey had expressed a very deep interest in the Bible from an early age. Like it said by age 10, one of the things that is kind of claimed is that he was committed to actually reading the Bible from cover to cover each year, which I've only done once.
Why would I don't understand. Okay, so I like one of the things that because I read that I saw that too. I read this and I saw that he read it annually. But in one of the claims of why this guy's so fucking amazing, one of the times, it's like one of the first times he ever read the Bible, he fell asleep on it. And he woke up and he had read it through osmosis. Like
What is fucking skill?
You know, when you wake up and you're like, you got that sleep face, he had the Bible verses just imprinted in his brain. He's like, I remember them all. And he was like quoting to his mom, like Bible verses. She's like, did you read this? He's like, no, I fell asleep on top of the Bible. Now I know all of the Bible. And that was his claim to fame. And I was like, why is this motherfucker reading it after? Like, why is he continuing to, like,
He's that devout, man.
he's just reading it for fun.
He's literally opening each page and scooping the fucking words up and putting it in his head. It's like this.
He wafts it. He
does.
fucking opens the pages. Ooh.
Romans 21:12.
Ooh. Oh, that's so funny. That's how I'm gonna read from now on. Whenever I open a book at work, my boss is like, "Hey, read this memo." I'm gonna fucking waft it up.
What do you
Just
call
waft
it?
it into the brain.
What do you call that? That's got to be a new word, right? That's a reading by waft. Like
Yeah,
what's
waft reading.
We need a verb for that.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember, it's like we can start doing seminars. You know, the speed reading where they flash the words. Like, you can read 900 words per minute. Ours would be like, you don't even have to read. You
just smell it.
Read it in.
Waft those words up there, baby. Get into a trance-like state.
We'll make books, like get tapes out there, waft on phonics. Yeah. We'll have a whole industry.
Dude, this is hold on, new direction of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, forget this. Waft on phonics it is.
That's fucking great. There we go.
That's a good name. But I was like, why because imagine right now, you fell asleep, you fucking memorized the book. You memorized the book, falling asleep. And then you're like, okay, I know every verse. I'm impressing someone. And then you're like, you're going to manually fucking flip the pages after on something you've already memorized. Like, how boring would that seem? Like, what are you even doing at that point?
Boring.
Right? What are you even doing?
I don't think I could get through wafting fucking Genesis.
I don't know. There's some pretty fun parts in there. There's some pretty fun
in Genesis?
Stuff. Yes, Genesis is the Nephilim
sure,
and all that, that shit.
That's a great
flood.
The only begotten son
rad.
of him and her.
Men
and
of
his
renown. The angels fell and became with women and became.
There's some
men of
epic
renown.
verses in the early Bible.
All I'm
Pretty
saying
rad
is
fun.
Andrew's really showing that Dan is obviously waft the Bible harder than Andrew.
Fair.
Is what I'm hearing.
I've never wafted.
You gotta get a double waft in there. You haven't wafted
pass.
enough to get it.
All right, people are probably so confused at what you're talking about because all we've said his name, where he's from, and that he wafts.
Well, it's super on my brain
He
just to
wafts.
jump ahead fucking.
Super, yeah, to complete
He
end
did
of the
that
case
as a
file.
child.
Yeah,
Well,
How's that jumping ahead?
that's not even the first story of how he learned that he could waft.
You haven't even got anywhere. 10 years in,
Right?
this guy still
He's
doesn't
already
know
been
the
seeing
format.
angels and fucking ghosts and shit before this happened. Like, you're way ahead.
Is that like that's going to be our universe?
You got a
is the
nail in
shine?
the fucking brain before this
he's got-
happened too?
He's got the waft, right? Instead of the shine,
Yeah,
this
he's
kid's
got
got
the
the waft.
He's got the waft.
Tell us about
All
the
right.
nail in the brain, Andrew.
Extent of what I know. Got a nail in the fucking brain.
Okay,
I
hold
thought
on.
there was
unlocked
more to
his
that
fucking
because I had
pituitary gland.
Okay, all right.
I didn't hear about the.
Thought there was
I
gonna be
had
more to
no
that.
idea. Is that a real
I thought
thing?
that-
All right, let's wind it back. So he's born.
Yeah,
He grew up in Christian Valley. Foreshadowing, he can waft information out of books and through the ether or whatever. But as a child, like how did he's a psychic. This guy's a psychic. That he's known as a psychic, the sleeping prophet, whatever you want to call him. So how does he get the powers? It starts young.
Well, okay, so in all seriousness, at some point in his early childhood, he fell off a fence post and landed face first onto a board with a protruding nail. And that is one of the things that they say that might have unlocked his powers.
Where did it hit him?
Somewhere in his brain.
Just like
I'll
dead
try and look it
center?
up, but maybe. in the frontal cortex, maybe.
They have to like, like how far did it go in?
Pierce
He's
the
like Happy Gilmore's
skull, from what
boss?
I understand. It,
Okay.
allegedly, the nail pierced the center of his forehead where the third eye is located.
Oh, right
Oh,
there.
that's why.
Makes
Oh, the
sense.
third eye.
You just gotta
That makes
freaking-
sense.
Yeah, you just gotta,
Yeah,
shove something
no,
in your
that's
third eye.
legit.
That's how you
That's
do it.
in his biography.
Rusty nails to the forehead. That's how you.
Like, how big of a
that's
nail?
Spiritual
How you get
enlightenment,
hepatitis.
right there. Yeah.
Like, how big of a nail is
Tetanus.
this? Like, what are we talking? About?
Tetanus in your third eye.
How deep did it penetrate? Was it like a little brad nail,
So-
or was it a spike?
It said the reportedly punctured the cranium and entered the brain cavity. His father quickly pulled out the nail,
That's
which
pretty
is
What you're not supposed
for-
to do, FYI. Anybody
Yeah.
listening, you don't pull things out. You leave them.
yeah, but
Wait till you get to
I
the
think
hospital.
you're allowed to pull things out like his father as long as you do what his father did immediately and pour turpentine into the hole
That makes sense.
That makes
of
a
the
lot
brain.
sense.
Yeah.
That's good.
So maybe it's the mix of like the
Turpentine. straight to
third
the
eye
brain.
and then the turpentine being
Uh-huh.
injected
Is
into his
that
brain.
maybe? That's probably what these guys are fucking like RFK. They just dye it blue and they sell it. Fucking
He-
methylene blue. It goes right
And
in
then
your
it just
brain.
adds, he immediately resumed normal play soon after.
Yeah, like
Off you go.
licking windows
Walk it off.
and fucking
Really
eating
brought it
that shit.
Kids were built different back then.
So he took a nail to the brain,
Right.
Yeah.
and then the first story of him is like his father and his. Well, I've heard a few versions of it. One, his father was like beating him for being a bad speller.
Well,
And the
that's
other
he
one
fell
was-
asleep on his spelling test. Is what I read.
Well, that's how. Well, the story goes. The first
And it
one is
wafted.
he was a terrible speller. His father found out. He pretty much beat him. He
Kept
got
him up
knocked
till
out,
midnight.
fell in the book, absorbed the information of the book, and knew everything.
Oh, I'm just looking at because I just typed in his injuries, and it's like other childhood injuries that may have unlocked his powers. A baseball hitting his spine,
Spine.
That's
Yeah,
next. Yeah.
Yeah.
a stick
Jumping ahead.
piercing his testicle.
Where do you Google as you go? Like, how do you jump ahead so quick?
Well, because I had no idea about the fucking nail, so I looked up the nail. I said, "What were Edgar Cayce's injuries?" Because I had no idea about the nail. Sorry for jumping ahead, boys. We're talking about childhood injuries.
All right. Well,
You can't waft
Yeah,
this
now you keep
information
going now.
to you guys.
Yeah,
keep
keep
going.
going.
Now you got him.
Stick
You got
to
him
the
up.
testicles.
Wait,
Okay.
you killed my momentum. You got to stick to the nuts. No big deal. I thought we could
Uh-huh.
riff on that.
No big
It's all
deal.
good.
And then
And then what?
That's it. I guess he got powers.
Okay.
Right?
So it was
Walking
either-
powers?
It was one of those three or a combination of all three that gave Edgar Cayce access to the what he realized, in
Cayce
early
Records.
life was that sleeping was the key to this ability that he had to either absorb knowledge or he also reported seeing like being some type of spiritual medium. I think he talked about seeing like the incorporeal form of his grandfather wandering around the house at some point, and also like several winged visitations, which I think actually one of them was when the spelling anecdote that you said. I think there's a version out there where Casey said he heard the voice of a woman, which he had seen before, some kind of winged image, winged figure, tell him to fall asleep. And then when he fell asleep on the book, he said that he woke up and he could spell everything from those words they were practicing that evening. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's like, it's interesting because yes, he figured out he unlocked his powers by sleeping on stuff, but like this kid has been seeing spirits and ghosts. Like he saw his grandfather. He died in a house fire or something, right? And like this is something that completely freaked out his entire family. They'd come in and he'd be like, "Oh, I had a conversation with Grandpa. This is what he said," and like he would have information on the family that he would have no idea about, right? That would obviously be coming from his grandpa. Right. So it kind of backed it up a little bit. Like they didn't really have any written record of any of these things, to the point where he like got sent to go live with other family members, right? Like his parents are kind of like, we got to offload this fucking little weirdo
Weird.
for a little bit to his fucking, his aunt and uncle. Which apparently was pretty common back then too, right? Like
Yeah.
you would go stay, you'd have parents would have 16 kids and we're like,
send him off
more
to the
lived
road.
than expected. So we got to offload a couple of these fucking kids for a bit.
You need any yard
Send him
work
as free
done?
labor. Yeah, send him as free
Yeah.
labor over to the other part of the family, extended family. So yes, Casey unlocked his sleeping ability, his osmosis or wafting.
These
or
fucking
however you
Morty's
wanna
mind
do it.
blasters.
And then But then another facet of the incredible abilities that are ascribed to Edgar Cayce would be the healing aspect of his powers. And the first one, apparently, like the first foray into that avenue of psychic powers was what Braden said. Apparently, I think it's associated with the hit in the ball in the spine. I guess when he was sleeping at night after the injury, his family heard him muttering about remedies or how to treat it, and they did what he said, and then he apparently was healed that morning.
It's interesting too, because they kind of like they talk about he got hit in the spine by the baseball and he was knocked unconscious for a while after the event. And when he came to, his sister, because it happened at school, I think, his sister described that he like came back possessed. Like different, like angry. He was acting up. He was being weird. He was like running home and fucking digging. Like he was like feral almost, which, you know, now that we're learning, like a lot of times, like people do get a little squirrely after they get head injuries, right? Like this is normal. You know, you're not really corpus mentis after a significant fucking brain trauma.
What was
which,
that
by
word?
the sounds of it, he
That's
had
a great word. Corpus mentis?
corpus mentis.
That's a great word.
Is that a real word?
Do you like it?
Latin.
Medical term.
Must be.
Meaning there's a sound mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
This guy. Look at this guy with his vocabulary. This guy's smarter than we think.
That is good. That is good.
It's because I got a fucking nail to the forehead and unlocked my fucking third eye.
You know, you've hit your head a few times. I'm surprised you don't have more powers.
Yeah.
Sure, you don't have more third
Honestly,
eyes. Like you have several
my fucking
third
powers
eyes.
are misaligned eyes and fucking nightmares. So that's what I got from head injury.
He can't focus.
I can't. I gotta wear fucking glasses because it's bullshit.
I think I honestly, with like this guy, like if that's how you got powers, like I honestly feel like every single one of us has probably taken a headshot with one of those fucking ruthless school dodgeballs. You know the ones, like the tethered ones that are like hard. They're not like rubber. You know the ones
Like
I'm
the
talking
tether
about.
ball?
Yeah, the tether ball.
No, the dodgeballs, but they like they got that like
with the
really
grips on
grip,
them.
with a
Yeah.
real grip, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
do that real
Ones
big
that go
twang,
Yeah,
and make
those
that
are fucking
like dude, those are devastators.
full face, like
Full face, yeah.
marks
And-
embedded in your face.
Yeah, because it like sinks onto your face. Like, there's no way you wouldn't be getting
Fuck
powers
those
if you
days,
ate
man.
one of those.
So even though being a reported spelling genius and being able to absorb information by just sleeping on books, Casey
By wafting.
reportedly wasn't a great student.
term.
He did quit school. He was reported to have quit school around 8th grade. He left the schooling system
As one
at that point.
does. As
You
one
know
does.
why he quit?
Not
He
before
wafted
like,
all the books.
Well,
Sure.
but like that's right. Like he jumped fucking grades, like massively. He like went from grade 3 to 6.
This is a way better skill than the Matrix when they download it.
Yeah. Let's go into the library.
You could go into the library and legit just like swing it in.
Well, he must have still had an appetite for books because he did take several jobs after leaving school, and like I think
You're
at
saying
least
he's
like
eating them?
3 of them were in bookstores. He worked in like a lot of bookstores. So, you know, he was probably doing a lot of wafting in there, perhaps. But one of the more significant jobs was he took a job as a door-to-door insurance salesman. And it was during this time, like as his tenure, or, you know, while he was working as this insurance salesman, he developed a kind of severe case of laryngitis, which led to him pretty much like losing his, like most of his voice.
Fucking moneymaker.
Um,
Sell insurance, no voice.
Exactly. You can't sell people without being attacked. So he had to kind of step away from the job.
Imagine you're
RFK
showing up at
RFK
people's
could do
doors like RFK,
He could do it.
warbling.
Did I interest you in?
In an effort to try and treat it, because they tried all kinds of remedies. They went to all kinds of doctors, and which all met with varying failures. A hypnotist was visiting his town at one point, and Casey went to go see this hypnotist who was hawking out cures, and he said that he could treat Casey for a mere $200. Which
How much
is
money you got, kid? 200, 150, 200, $200?
$200.
That is $7,000
I'll
today.
fix it. I'll fix that voice right now for you. You'll be talking right now.
I don't know where
$7,000 today's money.
Equivalent.
Yeah, that would be the equivalent.
To fix your sore throat.
fix your-
Buddy,
your-
I would have no throat, and I'd be on a
Holy shit.
I'd be on a fucking plane to Turkey. with
Here's
that.
some honey and lemon, kid.
um so the hypnotist, I don't know where Casey scrounged up the money from, but he paid the hypnotist, and the hypnotist noticed something interesting. After he placed Casey into a hypnotic state, reportedly Casey was able to speak clearly while under the influence of the hypnotist, while in that hypnotic state. He was able to speak perfectly clear, but when he woke, the voice was gone again. The voice was lost again.
Wait, so he could dream, he could speak, but he
Yes.
couldn't speak when he woke up.
Yes, allegedly. Yeah.
All right.
So even though they
Which means but Edgar doesn't know this.
no.
So this guy's
Well,
like, well, see, kid, when you were asleep, when I had you hypnotized, you were speaking totally fine. I don't know what's happening now. Must not be worrying. You got any more
So-
money, kid?
yeah. So the hypnotist told him, he was stumped. He didn't know why Casey would speak clearly while under hypnotized, but he couldn't speak while he was outside of it. Casey himself figured out that that they were on the right track, and he put himself into a hypnotic state, which he called auto hypnosis. And while
Of course,
asleep,
as you do.
That's where you put a belt around your neck in your closet, right?
and you fucking jerk off.
And you jerk. I think that's what it is.
I
don't know.
and while under
Dangerous.
this,
Very
Self-flagellation.
dangerous.
while under this auto hypnotic state, Casey went ahead and he said that reportedly diagnosed what was causing his laryngitis and also how to treat it. Apparently, it had to do with something about the circulation in his vocal cords. It's not really clear, and he was going to be able to repair it while in his trance, and that's how he began to began his healing careers. And self.
So when he's unconscious in some type of different state, he can access the
Fucking
records of
web,
the universe.
He's,
Web-
you can
WebMD.
meditate, you can realign your meridians, and focus your chi, and then put it all in together, circulate it out there.
How many
blockages out,
meridians do we have? Like,
12.
do we have 12 meridians?
something like
And they all got to be perfectly in
I think-
line? Is that what?
Don't you mean fucking metachlorians?
that. Nah, I mean meridians.
Mhm.
Metachlorians are just like tiny little cellular things. That's right.
Well, now, when they say 20,000 midichlorians, is like, what's the count on that? Like 20,000 parts per million, 20,000?
Also, is it the concentration? Is it the
Equivalent of having a
density?
power level over 9,000.
Is it the
Mm.
density? of this?
9,000.
Which is like over 9,000 is like not that much anymore.
I'm pretty sure like Lord Beerus is like a fucking 9 billion.
I think
level.
he's
Yeah, see, and that's where it loses
that's-
me. Just we get new, different colored hair,
power
and they
scan.
just levels keep going up and up, and like,
They should have kept the fucking power system in a nice linear line so you really knew
100%.
who was more powerful.
I just don't
Android 17 wins a tournament of power somehow? Who? How?
make any sense.
Makes no sense.
Makes no.
the
So just gotta find a way to make old characters relevant again. Where you're like, we don't need them. We've moved on. They're gone.
Piccolo's orange Piccolo now. It's good. You gotta
I
keep
know. He was
Piccolo.
already a super Namekian or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, but now he's way cooler. He's orange form. He
getting-
looks
yeah,
like
he's
I like green.
jacked.
Listen, I like my Namekians fucking green. All right. Dan?
Yeah,
Piccolo had a nice glow up, right? You got him.
yeah. I don't like
Gold.
this.
He had a nice
Like,
glow up when he fused
listen.
with fucking Nail. That was good enough
That
for
was
me.
that was cool.
That was badass. Nail was a fucking G. He played his part.
Let's not
He doesn't need to be
culturally
orange.
appropriate. All right, Namecs are green. All right, we don't need. Everyone
Orange
can have their
Namek.
own DBZ characters, but Namecs are green.
And just like Edgar Cayce, they could use telekinesis.
Yeah. So now that
Well,
Casey,
maybe Edgar Cayce was like Tien because he's got the third eye.
yeah, on the route of further developing his psychic abilities, that Casey decided to put these things to work. Apparently, again, he was working a number of different careers while he was pretty much he had a long engagement, and then he get married to is it Gertrude? Was his wife?
Gertrude.
What a fucking name.
Rudy.
They moved around a couple times, including a time where they spent a while under working as the Cayce Petroleum Company, where he worked with a couple of people where they basically kind of marketed his psychic ability and trying to get investors that saying that he could find oil wells during like the oil well rush around that time, being like moving down to Texas and being like, we can find oil wells with his psychic abilities. Didn't go so well.
Well, that was like because didn't they have a son and the son died, so she never really trusted that he could do
the
it.
second son. Yeah, we were. Yeah, you were getting there.
Oh, okay. So it's also the second son. One of his sons
Jumping
died.
ahead.
Right.
Jumping had one line. What
uh,
an idiot.
uh, yeah, and it's so yeah. There were some things where Gertrude, his actual wife, you think she'd kind of maybe be on board with the whole entire, his psychic abilities, but apparently Gertrude was kind of like a big like detractor at first. One of the reasons being that, like Zell mentioned, that their second son Milton had died. It's like, where were you at on that one, hotshot?
Yeah, I mean that's
can
not a
see
good
that.
look for you when you're like, I can heal all.
I know
ailments."
everything.
And then shortly after Milton's tragic young death, Gertrude actually contracted tuberculosis.
Well, does he have a fucking cure for that?
Yeah, little fucking therapeutic adjustment at the chiropractor, some fucking
That's all it takes.
or oil of oregano, little
Raw-
ashwagandha, fucking
raw
bingo,
peanut
bango,
oil.
bongo.
Yeah, if you believe the stories, Gertrude was treated for tuberculosis by a number of physicians, and then most of them kind of told them that nothing was going to be able to help her. And I think
Listen, man, the leeches, the cocaine, the cigarettes, none of it worked.
Tried
The
it.
fuck are we gonna do?
Tried it all.
castor oil.
Have you given her a
castor oil
lobotomy yet?
enemas doesn't
Yeah.
work. Yeah, all that stuff. And so I mean, it got from one of the more dramatic stories is that she was pretty much like a physician wrote to Casey saying that your wife does not have long to live. One of her lungs is not getting any air. There is extensive scarring in the other lung. You should make time with her. But if there's anything to your, and the doctor kind of appealing to being like, if there's anything to these abilities of yours, you need to
Now's
do
the
it
time.
now. Now's the time.
Now's the time.
So apparently Edgar performed a reading for her, and she got better, and this led to Gertrude's like lifelong supporting of her husband's future healings and
Listen to that. though, listen to that.
endeavors.
That's- What kind of like what a woman?
That's support
Fucking
right
doubts the guy until she's on her deathbed. That's what it took for some support. Come on, Gertrude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You couldn't believe in the guy? He was trying. He's going to door trying to sell fucking insurance.
Yeah.
My God, Gertrude. Throw that
Uh,
fucking bone here.
and yeah, and
Could you imagine him, Edgar too? He's like, he's doing his little psychic reading. He's like, comes back from his trance. He's like, "There's no cure for the kid." She's like, "I don't believe you," and he's like, I don't know. There's nothing in there, right?" And then you don't believe him. You got bullshit. Never believe him.
So as Edgar's notoriety spread throughout the region, he would receive like letters. There were like regular articles about him in like local newspapers and things like that, and so people kind of came to know and be familiar with his abilities, and that he was known for these healings. So he would receive letters and correspondence about people who are in dire straits or looking for someone to help them out, heal them, or one of their family members. And it was kind of reported that for most of these healings, all Edgar needed in order to diagnose or give advice about how to treat these people is that he just needed a person's name and their location. Whether that was, I don't think it was exact latitude and longitude, but I think it was just kind of like you give them the general idea.
Fifth in Maine.
Yeah. Third house on the right on, Willow Street, I guess.
He's like, "All right, I'll sleep on it."
Make sure you get the zip code
Wafted
right.
in.
Yeah. But a lot of what Casey was kind of known for, and this is kind of what also kind of keeps him relevant today, is that a lot of people would call, I think one of the titles that he holds is that he is like the father of holistic medicine. A lot of his diagnoses, kind of veered away from the what was kind of the nouveau riche, that whatever the kind of like the current medical stuff at the time, like
Which
you
was
know,
killing it, by the way. Just
which was
killing it.
cocaine and leeches and probably, you know, a lot of that stuff, you know, kind of
Electroshock.
a lot of that stuff would kind of probably today would even be considered quackery or whatnot. But you know, most of it,
You're saying anything else worked better than what they were doing.
most of the stuff that the ones that did get better, it's like his recommendations on kind of boiled down to changes in diet, more exercise, and rest.
Well, what about that
wait.
kid that had the fucking button in his throat?
Right? Yeah, so you can tell us
Right?
about that one. Yeah.
Well, so Daniel, obviously you're gonna know this, but they used to make buttons out of a weird material that wouldn't show up on an X-ray or X-rays back then. I forget. It was like an animal fat or some shit, hardened animal fat potentially. But like this kid had a debilitating problem with his throat. He hypnotized him and found out that there was a button in this kid's throat, which no one would have had any idea because it wouldn't obviously show up on an X-ray. It's weird though. It didn't really line up because like the way the symptoms wouldn't really line up with a button in the throat. But anyways,
Just a
whatever.
button.
It's a button in the throat. Save the day.
Did he say button? Like he's like, this is obviously a button.
See, there's a button lodged in his throat.
He what happened?
That's
He's
causing
like,
the problem.
he's like he was just comforting the kid. The kid's like, oh, he's like, you can tell me what's going on. He's like, I swallowed a button. I swallowed a button. Don't tell my parents, they'll fucking beat me.
Yeah, and a lot of it, like I mentioned, was kind of his approach to like changing like dietary guidelines for a lot of these people.
Wild. He's just like RFK.
So
wait, you're telling
do you
me,
want
Dan,
To
that
be fair,
do you want me to tell you what they are?
To
Like,
be
is that,
fair,
like, one of those things. Like
this is something that we didn't even know as of 2019. So
here are
Pretty
the
cutting edge
Edgar
technology.
Cayce. Here are the Edgar Cayce dietary guidelines right here. So for
Love it.
breakfast, one should have cereals or citrus fruit juices, but never combined.
okay,
Put them together.
never.
What?
never.
Fruit,
Never.
whole wheat bread,
orange
eggs,
juice
milk.
and
What
are
milk?
also
psycho is
suggested.
having orange juice in the bowl with Honey Nut Cheerios?
People do it.
One should lunch on raw salads or vegetable juices, but never with vinegar-based salad dressing.
Okay.
Vinegar-based salad dressings are good though.
Cooked leafy
Little white wine
vegetables or legumes with fish, fowl, or lamb in lesser quantity were suggested as the dinner item.
Okay.
Nice lean
So-
meats.
Yeah, that's good.
good.
Probably delicious.
You want to keep those foods that are the more alkaline. That is, do not take red meats. No fried. What is this? No fried foods. Of course. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Acetic acid is to be avoided.
Sound like my doctor now.
As are various food combinations such as starches and sweets, citrus juices, milk or cereal, and more milk or cereal. So don't put those two together. Multiple starches, oysters and whiskey, coffee and milk or cream or tomatoes and meats. All those,
Those are all very inflammatory. He's right.
So carbonated drinks are
guy.
strongly condemned because the gases are detrimental.
Except for beer. He recommended beer.
He did.
I heard
Yeah,
that.
He did.
I heard
Dark
that.
breads are to be preferable to white. And let's see.
Boo.
There should be a ratio
This
of
guy's obviously
three,
never had a good sourdough.
3 above ground vegetables to every root vegetable consumed, and 1 leafy
Okay.
vegetable for every pod vegetable.
So you
Pod
give a
vegetable. What's a pod?
What's a pod, like
pea?
peas? Like
Pea in a
pea in a
pod?
pod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a
What else is a
green bean or
pod
something
vegetable
like that.
besides pea?
Yeah, peas.
Green beans? Like
Oh
green
yeah,
beans.
okay, all right,
Okay, that
green
makes
beans.
sense.
Okay, all right. There's a couple.
Give me another one.
Another one.
Hit me with a third pod, Dan.
What's a third pod?
I mean, like, I guess if you like edamame, it would be like.
Oh,
Edamame!
That is
There it is. Dan knows.
10.10.
Apples are said to be better cooked than raw.
That's good. That is true.
fucking
Good
No,
for your
they're
stomach,
soggy. They
though.
get
Good
soggy,
for your
though.
stomach.
That's fucking gross.
for my
Cooked
stomach.
apple, anything.
Good for your stomach.
Wait, does an
Keep it in
apple
the
upset
pie
your
and that's it.
stomach, you weirdo?
No, it's good for your stomach. If you
Oh.
cook it, it apparently like releases some like better things that help your gut.
Was that on
digestion. I've never
JFK's
heard that.
guidelines too?
No, it's on
Oh.
fucking Edgar Cayce guidelines.
Red wine is recommended if accompanied by dark bread.
Smart.
See, motherfuckers.
Renner
Read that
Red
one more
strikes
time for
again.
people in the back.
Beer and liquor are not recommended. And white wines are advised only with meals.
This guy's full of shit.
The guy's full of it. Yeah, doesn't know what
See?
he's talking about on the
False prophet.
I like what he's been saying. The red wine thing really brought me back in. I've been saying that all along too. I didn't know why I was saying it. Now I know it's because I fucking reached into the ether while I was sleeping and unlocked some of Edgar Cayce's work. Well, I must have wafted some of it in.
Okay,
So
boys, I gotta take a quick piss break. I
Yeah.
drank way too many beers before. But after the break, we're gonna get back into there's a little bit of Atlantis stuff, why people actually believe him and why people don't. We'll fucking harp on it. But yeah, I drank too many beers before we started, and now I'm back on the weed with the booze. It's like decreasing my bladder capacity.
Well, also you got a little older, and I just find that the bladder just is the first thing to be like, "Whoa."
That's true. It does start to let go a
Let's-
bit. All right, we'll be right back.
We're back.
So one of the things that Edgar Cayce is probably most well known for, besides his psychic healing abilities, is the readings. Because this guy he did a ton of readings, like 14,000,
thousands,
yeah.
14,000 something documented readings, which are all, I think a lot of them are actually this. It's probably like one of the most well documented cases of kind of the psychic readings and all of this stuff, because a lot of this stuff is maintained by like the what is it, the Association for Research and Enlightenment, which was like the Cayce Foundation, and it still exists today out in Virginia Beach. Like you can actually go there, and they still do stuff out there. I think they're just pretty much a holistic healing center.
I feel like if he was around like even like 60 years later, he would have been like a fucking Scientology leader, you know, like a cult leader, like nowadays.
Well, he had the opportunity to do that, right? Like he got into like the oil and gas game for a while.
Yeah.
He worked with JP Morgan for a little bit. Like, I can't remember. It was was it Boston Globe, whatever, the owner of one of the major newspapers wanted to hire him to give him readings every day exclusively. But one of the stipulations was like, they're like, I'm going to give you $1,000 a month or a week or something like that. One of the stipulations was he has to drive around in a black Cadillac and wear a turban. And he's like, can't do it.
That's where
Right? Like,
that's where I draw the line.
Yeah,
That's where I
right?
draw the
Like,
line right there.
I don't know. Like he wanted to build a hospital. Like that was one of his goals. Like
Yeah.
I genuinely
Which
think
they did.
this guy had like
Yeah.
or for the most part had good intentions, but who knows?
Well, one of the things I read like about when like people would ask him where he got his gifts, he would be like, I
Nailed
don't
it.
really, well, he'd be like, I don't really know how I'm doing it. It's just like I'm either like a god or something, or
I'm
I'm
blessed
touching
by
and stuff.
God.
But it's never like he was like, yeah, he never really was like, I'm the chosen one to do, except he was,
No.
he kind of like, from what I read, was like, had kind of like a reluctant, like confusion about how he was doing these things as well.
He always did struggle with kind of reconciling his abilities with like his really, he had a very deep dedicated faith to like Christianity. Like it is documented that he was a very
Big Jesus guy.
yeah, he was a very big Jesus guy,
Jesus.
fan of the Holy Spirit, and that dedicated to that cosmology and worldview of, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. And a lot of his readings, most of his readings were always framed around that. Like a lot of it, like a lot of Christian mysticism and stuff like that is like all of his, with the way that he would phrase, and a lot of the ways that he would kind of relate his readings would all be stuff kind of either Bible references, or stuff like, pulled from the Bible or Christian belief system. Any of that stuff would kind of come out like that. One of the other things we were getting to, probably his more things, like one of his famous things is Cayce on Atlantis. He would, another one of the things that, besides the Christian mysticism and those things, and a little bit of theosophy, is like he did also kind of become like a proponent of reincarnation. And one of the things that he was kind of famous for is that he would, when he would do his sleeping, do some of his auto hypnosis sessions, he would like regress into his former life as like a resident. And I think he had like a couple of them, that like couple different lives, past lives of people who lived in Atlantis or were related to Atlantis. And there are details that he gave about Atlantis, beyond what, the kind of the Plato, allegory for Atlantis as it was. So Atlantis, according to Cayce, was a real physical location, not a myth.
We know it is.
Right.
100%.
Right. It was located in the Atlantic Ocean, specifically Atlantic Ocean.
Obviously.
How do you come up with that?
No, it's in the Sahara. We learned this.
Could be.
And it wasn't necessarily one landmass. It was like, it was separate, multiple islands, all, I guess, joined in some kind of like confederation. Atlantis was destroyed, but not all at once. It was a series of cataclysms.
That's the part I found interesting, because we always hear is like it just collapsed into the sea.
No, I guess it was a series of cataclysms. Like, he had a couple of them, but the final collapse happened around 10,500 BC.
Oh, what date? That's a good date right there.
Yeah.
What's that?
Mud
Coincide
flood?
with
Mud flood?
Younger
Mud flood?
Dryas.
Younger Dryas.
So the Atlanteans were possessed of advanced technology. It was in his readings, he does specifically kind of reference that they had access to some kind of crystal based energy system. Like, I think there was a mention of some kind of large, it's basically the Disney movie with the giant crystals and like running, like powering a lot of the devices and the future, the ancient future technology of the Atlanteans. But it was their misuse of this technology that caused some type of geologic instability, and then led to
Nukes. They nuked the ice cap by accident. Whoops.
and they had I guess he talked about like the cultural organization of Atlantis. One of those saying that the society was split between, you had your spiritually aligned groups and your materialistic factions. There's also, I believe, mentioned that the Atlanteans like physically were like superior to us, like to the regular human race. I guess they were taller, more robust. I think they also had access to some kind of psychic telepathic abilities, which some Atlanteans you said
They had
used
access to wafting, I heard. Actually.
I guess. Apparently, there was like a faction that would use these telekinetic, these psychic abilities, like to control others, which was a big no-no. But they said "fuck it," I guess, and did it anyways. But after Atlantis fell, completely obliterated by the crystal nukes, or too much wafting, who knows? These Atlantean survivors, there were survivors that went and spread out amongst the
we know where they went. Let's take a guess. Where did they go?
Egypt.
Egypt. Bang.
That's one.
Where else?
Gobekli Tepe.
Possibly.
Maybe. Yeah.
That might be even older. But definitely, they went to the Yucatan. They went to like those jungles, Central America.
Mhm.
Had to have all the pyramids and stuff.
Definitely.
The Inca, they got down
Southeast
there.
Asia.
Easter Island, boom, megaliths,
Rapa Nui.
Rapa Nui. Yeah,
That's Easter
good.
Island,
Fuck,
isn't it?
good memory, good recall. I forgot that was the real name.
I just wanted to do it justice and not give it the Western name.
Not be racist and call it Easter Island.
Yeah.
For the
Rapa,
Christian.
Rapa Nui.
It's Rapa Nui.
Come on.
Where else? The moon. We know that.
Yeah. For sure.
I think that's about it, though.
Shit, forgot about that one.
That's about as far as I got, I believe.
Yeah, and across I think North America, I think at one point during his readings he said the mound builders of like the Ohio
Serpent
Valley
Mound?
and the Serpent Mound, the
Yep.
Ohio Valley, and these places
mean-
were somehow related to
Dude, what are those
Atlantean
megaliths in
refugees.
like Montana or something? Isn't there like a crazy wall in Montana?
You have to look that up. You have to check that.
I mean, it's not a bad theory for this guy to be shooting out when he did. You know what I mean? Like, it's because it basically, like, Graham Hancock is saying, he's not saying it's Atlanteans that did this, but we talk about
An advanced
an
civilization.
advanced civilization that may have passed on this knowledge to these places, and this guy is kind of singing that same tune. Right? Maybe he's off on some details. To me, it's like, it's weird that they attribute this to as a miss. Because I guess he says he says like it'll rise again, but maybe he meant the theory.
Yeah, and it kind of
Maybe he's
Could
looking at
still
Google.
rise.
He's looking at like Google Analytics and the Akashic Records. He's like, man, people are gonna be fucking searching this again.
Yep.
This is gonna come back.
Yeah, and it technically kind of would come back. So Casey died January 3rd, 1945. And so a lot of his readings and prophecies were all kind of like have all been bound together and well maintained, because they had the Casey Foundation, and they had that the associate, what was it, what did I say, the Association for Research and Enlightenment still went on, and I think was maintained by I think a couple of generations of his family. So they were keeping these things. And one of the predictions that people say that Casey kind of gives Casey credibility, or like this is his big bread and butter, is that he said that Atlantis would rise again, as Brayden said, between 1968 and 1969. So after he was dead.
Oh, what was
And-
discovered then?
So Casey
Here it
stated
is.
that a portion of Atlantis would rise or be discovered near Bimini in 1968 or 1969. And so this is probably one of his most explicit date-based predictions, because some of his predictions are kind of vague. Kinda whatever. So Bimini, and if people didn't know, is the westernmost district of the Bahamas, and it comprises a chain of islands about 80 kilometers or 50 miles due east of Miami. And on September 2nd, 1968, while diving about 5.5 meters or 18 feet of water off the northwest coast of North Bimini, Joseph Manson Valentine and
Found
Jacques Maille,
Atlantis.
they encountered what they called a pavement. It looked like these kind of geometrically cut large slabs of rock or mineral or whatever, and they
Placed megalithic stones, Dan.
Yeah, and they found they were noticeably rounded, and they looked like they could possibly have been human made, and this was triggered off a lot of discussion and revisiting of Cayce's prediction, and other.
I don't know how you can quantify any of this as misses. This guy's hitting.
No, as I said,
Batting
this
a
is
fucking
his.
100.
He's
Yeah,
smoking
I don't.
here.
This Cayce is the
One.
man.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
So this was one of his big hits, and this has always kept Cayce a little bit relevant. But it wasn't his only prediction. It wasn't his only date specific prediction. One of his other predictions was there was going to be a major pole shift and global destruction around 1936 to 2000. So we're still
rough.
here.
But I mean,
Right.
again, that's something that we talk about. That's talked about now is like the drifting poles, and if they were to flip in reverse, it would ruin all the world's compasses. I think is what
and
the
we
issue
talk
is.
about
It
it.
would
but he
reverse
was
them
like-
180 degrees.
he was like there's going to be dramatic pole shifts, massive continental upheaval, widespread destruction of cities, and pretty much like this would happen before the end of the 20th century is one of his
Like he made
one
it
of
sound
his-
like it was like remember that guy Charles Hapgood in the continental like crustal displacement, where it's just like the Earth is like just like spins, and all of a sudden you're at the North Pole and you freeze to death instantly.
something like age after tomorrow, day after tomorrow,
Day after tomorrow,
yeah. I can need Quaid to come and sell it.
I mean, he's in a sense he's right, because right now the poles are they're not like flipping, but they're drifting, like, and they're like seeming like they're speeding up.
Yeah. And with these, he also went on to, detail that he thought, he believed from his readings and that portions of the eastern United States, including New York, would experience major destruction. This is all before the 20th century is what he was predicting. Pretty much like they would be underwater,
Al Gore predicted that too in the year 2000 or whatever it was.
Still not underwater.
Amazing documentary.
I guess,
Propaganda.
he also predicted that California would partially or totally sink into the sea at some point, like Escape from LA with Kurt Russell. I guess
This is the thing with. Go ahead.
Well, I'm thinking, I'm like, you hear that and you go, okay, well, that's ludicrous, but it's like, it's on the fault line. Like, if there's a fucking massive enough, gigantic quake, like we all grew up being told, like, any day,
It's coming.
any day,
It's
the
coming
big
now.
one's coming. Like, that could be a little bit of a reality. Like, really. So he's not far off. And it's like, was there enough science and data back then for them to know that that's a thing, that there could be
Dude,
a fucking massive earthquake?
I don't even
right?
know if they knew what tectonic plates really were and before 1900.
I mean, they
Which
were
makes-
having earthquakes back then.
For sure. For sure,
No,
they're
but they
having
were,
earthquakes.
but they probably didn't know what it was though.
and they didn't have an idea that they're
Gods
like,
are angry.
and they're like, fuck, this is California is
They
on the
masturbated
fucking,
too much, and now the world shakes.
but like they wouldn't know
1912.
California on this kind
Okay,
of
boom.
fault
Here it
line.
is. Plate tectonics discovery evolved from an Alfred Wegener's 1912 theory of continental drift. So 1912, the theory was in the scientific journals, and then it still took years after that to be.
So Edgar was wafting it then.
he was wafting it in. Fuck yeah.
100% he was wafting it.
I mean,
He was wafting
in the sense of like geological time, he's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Like, like that will happen.
Like if we're going with like
Right, very well,
we're
probably
billions of
happen.
years old, the planet, and you say like it's going to happen. Like he's going to be right.
Well, he was given. Yeah, I mean, he was given dates at this point. He was saying,
Yeah,
that
but
this was gonna
you're in the
happen
Akashic
between-
records. They're using a different like
Sure,
math system.
yeah.
You don't know what
Yeah.
that's going on.
Yeah, it could be 1930s after.
How-
you know,
who
he,
knows-
maybe he was using a totally different time scale.
Well, who knows what future when this happened? What kind of calendar system they're using? Maybe
Well, we
they've
all-
reset it a couple times.
No, dude, we all know Jesus is coming back, and then it's going to start at 0 again, and there'll be
Well,
another.
that was supposed to happen in 1998. I can't-
Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing every time he comes back? We just
When he comes
fucking-
back, yeah, there's going to be.
again?
There's going to start, and
we
there's gonna-
zeroed out.
There's going to be like BC. There's like BCC, and they're going to keep going back every 2,000 years or whatever it is. He's a little late though. If it's every 2,000, it's a little late.
Yeah.
But show up.
Alright.
Anytime. My mom's saying it's going to show up any day here, any day now.
I mean, he's late. According to Casey, was like he was going to come back in 1998. So I don't. He's late a little bit. I don't know. He's in geologic time. He's fashionably late. So I don't. Like,
Yeah, it could, I mean, it could be. It's a blink of an eye for him, really.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't even. He's not constrained by time. He's a spiritual being. I think there were. He also called that there was going to be massive changes in Europe's geography, like its entire thing. I think parts of Western Europe were going to sink. You know, new land was actually going to come out of the ocean. I think what that was Superman. Return of Superman was it that there was just going to be a new complete landmass was just going to rise up out of the North Atlantic, I think.
Well, isn't that what happens when if the ice caps were to melt like suddenly? It's like the weight of the ice, like it's the ground like sponges back, shoots back out of the water.
Good.
If you were to just evaporate all the ice instantly, I've heard that
I d-
before.
I have not. I don't know if that's exactly what would happen.
You haven't heard of ground elasticity due to
No.
glaciers melting?
No, I haven't.
Might have made it up, I guess.
I haven't gone down that far.
Buddy,
Down the
maybe
rabbit
you're
hole
a
of
fucking
geology.
prophet too.
Maybe
You're
I'm a prophet.
wafting.
Yeah,
Dude,
maybe
maybe-
you wafted that.
You're wafting right
I know
now.
I did
dude.
go to the library with Nova not that long ago, so I could have absorbed a lot.
Oh,
of
that'll
information.
happen.
Could have
Yeah,
walked
yeah.
a lot of stuff in there.
They've been mainly kids' books, Scooby Doo and
Yeah.
the like.
To
but-
be fair, the only thing you're wafting at our library is fucking meth. Fucking junkies around, man. Honestly, it's horrible.
the library is like in Kelowna. There's this like they built this super nice library like 30 years ago. It's super nice, and all around it, fucking junkies, dude. You try and
They've
take the
taken
kids
it
in, and
over
there's like live in the entryway. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
hey. Anyways,
You know, free
That's
heated
another
space with
case file.
bathrooms. Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
they're wafting
Porn.
too.
They watch all. They get on the computers. They're
Yeah,
fucking
I feel
getting
bad for
there.
I feel bad for the librarians.
Oh,
that have to deal with
they're
it.
so
Tough
burnt
gig.
out.
Let's
It's
be
crazy.
angels. Like, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of predictions that he threw out there.
Dude,
with
didn't he?
dates and stuff.
He didn't even guess the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Wasn't that one of his?
I can't remember one of
It's
the
a lot
ones
of
that he's
lore.
also one of the things that he's kind of always said was that there was going to be rediscovery of the Hall of Records, which had to do with Atlantis. These would
Under
he said
the-
this
Paw of the Sphinx.
under the left paw of the Sphinx. He said that these would be recovered.
Is this not all
it-
a little bit problematic when like all these prophecies and everything are like being shared now by his own like company essentially, or the foundation in his name?
They are.
You know, it's like of course they're like grandiose and good and.
But
a
isn't
lot
that
of
what they
them are true
like?
'cause it's
Isn't the
like-
left paw the one they want a lidar? Because isn't that the one we hear
that's
about
what he
now?
said. I mean, that's
But
from
he's
him.
saying that as
We
well.
got to get underneath.
No, that's it's from him.
It
Like
spawns
that's
from
why they
him?
want to do. Yeah, it comes from him. And
Oh,
one
okay.
of the thing that's really interesting I thought was kind of funny, and I think we talked about it. We might have mentioned Edgar Cayce on during the pyramids thing because one of who's considered the foremost authorities on Egyptology in the United States is Mark Lehner. Mark Lehner was actually he was inspired by Edgar Cayce. Like a lot of Edgar Cayce's predictions and a lot of his descriptions of the the hollow records and these the knowledge was to build the pyramids and some of these megalithic structures was shared by the Atlanteans to the Egyptians. Mark Lehner kind of said that a lot of this stuff was his impetus for becoming an Egyptologist, like studying Egyptology and becoming what he did. He went to go work on, and he's made a number of discoveries and kind of pushed Egyptology forward. And like he was actually I think some of his stuff was actually funded by the Association for Research and Enlightenment. Like he had a very close relationship with them, as Casey was one of his kind of role or his inspirations for that, and to actually kind of become an Egyptologist, which is kind of cool. Even though a lot of the stuff he discovers, like, oh no, like the Egypts were built by like actual workers that had camps there and stuff that they've excavated and or kind of that stuff. But he's still
It's all a
still
national
a lot. It's
project,
cool.
man. It's just a
Yeah.
National project.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of that stuff is still pretty cool. Like Casey is an interesting figure, and he always kind of has some lasting power because of like Andrew was saying, yeah, he does have a pretty good PR team with the legacy of his Association for Research and Enlightenment.
Well,
still
it must
kinda
be. He
holding
must
onto
be
his
on
stuff.
like his great grandkids now or something.
I think
like
the Association for Research and Enlightenment has just changed hands into the first person who is not a Casey. Like, I think there was
Okay.
like 3 successive generations.
Because he died in what, like the
his-
50s or something, right? Like
45.
45.
Yeah.
So that's like great. I mean, someone's great grandpa, really.
Yeah.
He's born in just before 1800, 1880s or something, 1890.
Yeah. 18. What did I say? 18.
Go circle back.
Was it 1877?
1880. Oh, 1877. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and so
Great,
I think
great
it is now run by someone who is not directly related to the first person who is not directly related to Edgar Cayce at this point. So it is still there. I mean, you can still go. They have lectures and stuff. I think I looked them. I was looking at their website the other day for something. It wasn't for this. It was for something else that they popped up on. I can't.
You had
remember.
Dan told me he had a strange dream, and he was wondering if he was
But they
eligible.
they still do stuff out there. I think they had like a special viewing of that Age of Disclosure film at some point. Like I was looking at their calendar.
Where they all slept and went into trances and tapped into
Wafted it in.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I mean, in the end, pretty much, there's a lot of people who swear by Edgar Cayce's life and all of he's done. There's a lot of people who say he's maybe not like a grifter himself, but he was kind of like manipulated into being one because people made money off of him.
Yeah, it's I mean, some of his predictions were weird enough with what we know now, and I'm just like, I don't believe that he would have the knowledge to make these guesses. I'm like, I do feel like he was tapped into something making this, and like it wasn't an exact science, but it's like he was getting information from somewhere, or just like really good at pattern recognition and making good, really sound predictions that like hit close to home.
Hey,
But
listen, man, the Simpsons writers have been doing it for years.
Yeah,
Classic
for
shit.
sure.
They've taken a page out of it for sure.
But it's I never got the like grifter sense from like reading about him. I agree that like, yeah, I felt maybe that people took advantage of him and used him to grift. But like when you hear him, it's like he seemed like, you know, a lot of times we kind of will talk about someone like, yeah, fuck that guy. He sucked. But he's like, I don't know about this guy. I was like, from the things I've
This guy was
read,
broke
he said,
multiple times.
yeah, it's like,
Right? Like he went broke several times.
From all accounts, it
sounds
seemed like
just-
he believed in what he was doing, right? He believed
Yeah.
he was making a difference,
Yeah.
helping people. There's no harm in that. Like a lot of people point to like the whatever
Well, there
12,000
is if you give
cases.
people fucking fucking advice though.
Sure, there definitely is.
You
So the 12,000 cases are like, what was the analogy given at the start of the episode? Andrew said, what was yours?
blind
Andrew?
squirrel. You say
Blind squirrel?
one?
finds nuts once in a while.
Well, that's his Braden's dad.
Braden's,
His
yeah.
Braden's
Yeah.
dad's fucking saying
Broken clocks right twice a day.
broken
That's what
clocks
I said,
right
yeah.
twice a day, that kind of stuff. So he made so many predictions, but the lore only really includes like his top 20. Like one we didn't really talk about, but one of the ones they point to is he was making a reading on a guy, and he wasn't in his apartment. And he's like, oh, he's actually on a train. The train's late because of a car accident, and like they supposedly that was verified. And I see, he's a prophet. And then he gave him the medical information once he got back to the apartment. So there's the odd one, but out of 12,000 or whatever,
I'm sure there's
20
a couple people are like,
like then just, and even like the information that you say he gave, like just the general basics of health, eat better, sleep better,
It's just change,
exercise.
change in diet. I guess not even if it's not. I mean, it's not. he's not recommending people get radical surgeries or anything like that.
Yeah, but like
basically just change up
to
your
be,
diet,
that's all like
kind of like
apparent now. But back then, like people were
true.
fucking shocked when they learned that they should fucking wash hands before fucking
The
like,
single greatest
What?
human
You know what I mean?
achievement of science and like
Just
medical
hand
health.
wash.
Wash your hands.
Yeah, like they fucking
Oh.
doctors thought it was like heresy when when the guy suggested it.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, they're like, that's fucking retarded. I'm not doing that. That's
Turns
insane.
out, it's killing a lot of people. Who thought doing was a surgery and then doing a surgery on someone else without washing your hands would have been a good idea?
Just doing a surgery, taking a break to scratch your ass and getting right back in the fuck.
Fuck, scratch your ear, scratch your ass, fuck, get back in there, deliver a baby. Like,
Yeah, it's all good. Wow, weird. The baby's dead. What happened? Nothing to do with that fucking corpse I was just doing an autopsy on or anything.
yeah, but and then a lot of people point to like the consistency of how it went about. Like just like it was always name, hypnosis. It was like a very regimented. It was almost like a medical procedure, even though obviously it wasn't considered medical. So people point to that and the ongoing research because of it, and like the lore behind it. They're like, what? If he wasn't grifting, but he wasn't a bad guy. He was trying his best, and he might have actually been a little psychic. And then the other side are like, well, there's actually no scientific validation of blind trials or anything that you could actually like measure. So they're like, oh, a lot of like vague language, like I feel that. Or I think that, like, not like you have a tumor in your left lung, you know? He didn't like really spell it out for people. But I don't know. It lingered for this long.
Yeah, a lot of them, they said like some of them, they're saying that the conditions that the people who did get better, they would have gotten better anyways. Like if it wouldn't have anything, but who knows? It's like, there's a lot to be said for,
Well, there was one
effects
kid that came
all
and saw him that
thing.
was like supposedly deathly ill, or no, she was developmentally impaired for whatever reason, and he's like, oh, she's got a lack of blood flow to her brain due to a pinch something in her back, so fucking a couple of chiropractic adjustments and she'll be right as rain.
Take her out, get kicked by the donkey, and then
And then she was fine. Like, that's a little fucking seems like some fluffing to me, but hey.
It's like it's the Casey lore. He's a very interesting thing. Brayden's like, you never heard anything about him, but it's like I've heard about him a long
We've
time.
talked about it before.
If you've ever had like an entry, like a passing interest in Atlantis, like whatever, it's like he's on there. And
I think we talked about him like when we did Baba Vanga originally. We also talked about Edgar Cayce in that episode. I'm pretty sure.
We
Not
probably
as much,
touched on
just
him,
like a
because
brief
him and it's probably Blavatsky is that you're thinking of, maybe not.
maybe Blavatsky.
Because Blavatsky, H.P. Blavatsky, a lot of people will compare the two. Like some of Casey's predictions kind of pull in some of her stuff too. They became popular figures in the esoteric circles themselves. So it's kind of it's like between the two, you're like you got a lot of cool stuff to go through if you ever two of the most well documented figures in esoteric theosophy, whatever. It's a lot. There's a lot of reading to do in there. We could probably do like 6 podcasts about Edgar Cayce if you're like
One's good.
One's good, yeah.
One's good.
Anyways, we got one more beauty this week.
It better be that
Join the
motherfucker that
channel.
requested Edgar Cayce.
Yeah, I hope so. They found the website alientheorist.com, or they searched on Patreon for Theorist Pod. They signed up. They're getting all the bonus goodies, all the other good stuff that comes with it. This week's new supporter, we got Nick Schubert. I don't know if it's French, but it sounds like it could be. Schubert. Or Sherbert, maybe.
beauty.
I'm not sure how it
Beauty.
is. Just the one beauty this week, keeping the lights on. We appreciate it.
Let's go.
And as we always say at the end of these things, keep those eyes on the skies.
back into it.
Unhinged. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Edgar.
Edgar.
I was thinking, like people were like, he predicted World War II, and I was like, yeah, did he? He predicted it like not that early. I was like, I think global tensions were rising at the time. Same thing with the stock market crash. Like he was warning like months ahead. I was like, I feel like there were
signs.
Right, there were signs. But I don't know. It's I don't get a weird vibe from him. What else? I had something I was gonna tell you guys, and I totally forgot. I've just been fucking lambasted going back to work. It's fucking bullshit, dude. Working all the time.
Working for a living is fucking trash.
It's the worst, dude. It's so bad.
Hell. It's fucking hell.
We had a good discussion though, but earlier I think because Dan has become a musician. Dan, what's your musician name? Do you have a special name?
I'm not a musician.
Where can people find your music? Where can people find your Warhammer?
That will never
music?
be released ever.
I want to let everyone know he was playing his own music unprompted.
I was just seeing if you guys could hear it, because last time we couldn't hear it. I was just
we
could
could
I could hear it.
We could hear it.
Yeah.
We found out Dan makes his own workout music.
Yes.
It's Warhammer music.
It's very fun.
It's like
no,
fucking
I think
Warhammer music, right?
I think
No, it's like
in the future, 40 years, I think we have robot performers.
it is very.
It'll never ever be better than real live music.
I don't think it'll be better, but I think
It'll never be better ever.
I'm you know what? I'm not even gonna say that, because I'm like, imagine like cool pyros and stuff you could do with robots.
I see cool pyros now. People have been doing pyrotechnics forever. That's irrelevant.
What are those monkeys called in that band? That's Scandia.
The monkeys?
The monkey band. You know what I mean? The animatronic bears.
Like
What are
animatronics?
animatronic bear band?
Ah, there we go.
Oh, the Rock of Fire Explosion. Yeah, that's what it is. Then they're freaky looking. Like, imagine those things in the future. Like, fucking awesome, right? Like, for real.
What I miss? What kind of shit talking you doing?
I know that we're talking about the animatronic bears doing
Monkeys.
AI music in the future.
They're going off music. Never hold a candle to real live music.
Well, either of them don't really go to live music, so they don't really have any say in the band.
I would if I could
It
see a
is
bunch of
The best
anthropomorphized
time of year
animals
for concerts right
singing
now. And,
AI.
like, fucking, I got so many fucking tickets to shows right now.
Where are you going to next?
I got fucking going to see Megadeth again because of Anthrax. Anthrax is coming.
Oh, I was gonna go to
Wait see
Megadeth. It was
fucking
$400,
Anthrax.
dude.
Yeah, and it was $200.
I was trying to get floor tickets.
I got tickets. Cancer Bats are coming in April. Black Pistol Fighters coming in March.
Oh,
I'm
I
not going to
forgot about that
Offspring.
one.
I fucking wish I was going to Offspring.
Black Pistol Fire. I'm in for that one.
Come on, let's go, baby. They're playing at the Revelry too.
Oh,
Do
big.
you know
Where's
where's
that?
the Metro Hub? Have you ever been to the Metro Hub?
It's right across from B&A. It's like a little it's like a little rental spot.
That's where Cancer Bats are playing.
Okay, it's like probably maybe like 200 people, maybe.
Perfect. Hope it's fucking sweaty and gross.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking grungy as fuck.
Can't wait.
So anyway, so Braden and Dan are talking about that live music will also be replaced by AI with animatronic monkeys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No. The Rock of Fire Explosion is going to make a huge comeback.
Yeah.
What as you like as a kind
Country
of
Bear Jamboree.
Oh, okay. That's the difference. They're playing country music.
Sure.
Who gives a fucking shit?
That could be
There's a guy just standing on stage, fucking sitting on a fucking stool, doing nothing.
I don't know. There's got to be something to be said for like a live show with the crew and the lights and the sound and everyone working together to create like an experience that's not going away anytime
The
soon.
imperfections.
I have no.
Everything.
I have
It's
no. What I'm saying is, I don't disagree with you. I think you're right. But what I think is also going to happen is I think we are going to have AI bands that tour and that are completely run by
How would they
studio.
Stupid. It'd be like having a. Why would you just have a fucking screen? It's like watching that fucking stupid Taylor.
Well, it's like
Swift
what it's like
concert.
going to the Gorillas concert. They had the Gorillas
Yeah,
like
whack.
played like I don't know.
They play behind the
Whack.
screen though. They
Yeah,
actually
it's like-
play.
Yeah, it's like, but it's
Right.
like if you have the AI band already, then it's like you get into the-
No, I think you're half right in the sense that there's going to be AI bands like that don't actually write songs, and then a band portrays the AI music and tours. That's going to be 100%. I
They
think.
already had that. They already had that weird. What is that? Did you guys hear about the one? It's like the country or like Christian country music persona guy who it is an African American country singer AI persona, which is the account, but the account is run by the
Yeah, but
account
the
is run
Christian-
by,
Because country music
Christian-
fucking sucks. Get away with it.
Christian rock concerts. By God, is what we're gonna see.
Yeah, I
What's
think
that
they would
fucking
probably be
creepy
the, they would-
pastor's name?
Yeah,
That
they
super
would
rich
won't be as
creepy
awesome as
pastor
fucking
looks like
Stryper.
looks like the devil himself.
I'd
You
much
know
rather
what I'm
see
talking
Stryper.
about?
Well, do you guys remember that band? There was this like band that was blown up on Spotify. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is fucking awesome!" Like band, like 70s vibe called the Velvet Sunset.
No.
Anyways, it was like for like a couple months, this band was blowing up on all the playlists, and they were pretending to be a real band. And eventually, the creators of the band, which is this an AI band, AI generated band images, came out like, no, this was like an experiment, and that's just going to be what. And if you go on like Spotify playlists, pretty soon, maybe it's 5 years, 10 years, whatever, it's all going to be AI music, and you're going to be paying money directly to Spotify. They already do this. There's people have been exposing that they have licensed their own music to put on their own playlist. So you think you're supporting whatever $15 or $20 a month, and they're paying at least artists a little bit. Most of what you listen to, if you listen to the radio on Spotify or like Discover Weekly, that's all they own that music now. So they're the record label, but they don't actually hire any
is
bands.
that why their goddamn shuffle does not work on Spotify?
Probably.
Plays the same goddamn songs.
Fucking probably.
Oh
dude.
my god. I could never
Do you
I've
have
never figured out that.
Spotify?
Yeah, I do.
Fuck you, Judas bastard.
Hey, I don't pay for
What
it.
a
I don't
fucking-
pay for it. I
care.
don't pay for it. I would never pay for
I
it.
never have that fucking
never used
shit
it.
near me.
But it's the
Refuse.
shuffle does not work at all on Spotify. It's brutal.
Never used
Plays like the
only,
same-
only
it'll-
time I used Spotify is when we were with them, and that was it. That's honest.
Yeah, I'd never. No, I'll never,
Never
fucking.
used it
No
after
way.
that. Never even really. I never really liked it.
Someone's like, "You want free Spotify?" I was like, "Hell yeah."
Spotify. I mean, use Spotify, use App, any of them. They're all doing the same things. It's
They
not
all
like you're
fucked us.
You're not better if you listening on Apple. They're all doing
Thanks.
the same thing.
Thanks,
I don't.
Phil.
I fucking still
got
listen to
you,
my iPod. That's where all
See,
my.
if you're actually still listening to iTunes music you bought, you're the rare breed.
That's what I got.
No one does that.
What
anymore.
happened to that?
I
What
do.
happened to the music I bought?
You still have it.
Still there. It's
You have to
on
pay
your-
Somewhere?
$15 to relicense it, though.
Really?
That was the thing that happened. I think it was last year. Apple's like, oh, one-time $15 relicensing fee for music you've had over 10 years or something.
It's crazy.
You're like, but I
Weird, I don't
already
remember
bought it.
that.
They go, yeah, but you got to buy it again. Just cheaper this time.
That's fucking bullshit. What a money grab.
I mean, that it's crazy how fast it happened too. So I think my hopeful future of live music is like people like it more because that's the only real music left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I can
all
see
even
that.
even before AI music, like the last 20 years, say like take out the last 3 years, the 20 years before that, from like early 2000s to now, the rise of like auto tune and all like the other AI, like pre-AI stuff, which is pretty much just AI, but it's you program it and it just does. You're like, oh, set my voice to a C major scale, and then you could choose how fast it reacts and how much that was already there, but now it's just a whole nother level.
Crazy.
And like anyone's a musician now. Even more so, I think, like when they first developed the first like iPhone, the first like actual good camera in a phone or whatever, and then everyone's kind of a photographer, but you still couldn't take good pictures. You know what I mean? Like you could take pictures, but they still look nothing like a professional picture.
Yeah.
But now you can go on these fucking AI music things and make a song that sounds every bit as good as any other song made by professionals instantly. Like it takes 10 seconds. It's insane.
Is that really how long it takes, Dan? When you
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's like,
takes
so
10 seconds.
maybe you take
And
a,
I like the like shitty fucking AI image that it generates with
Yeah, it
your
generates
like
image
the album,
too.
yeah, with
Album
the
art.
album cover, the album art. It's really dumb. It's really funny. I find it just really entertaining. It's just like it's just
you can
super
spend
goofy.
you could spend 5 minutes putting in your parameters. You could set your
Not even-
BPM, you
yeah,
can set
you
like
could
your
go nuts
vibe
with
and all
it.
that stuff. 5 minutes to set it, 20 minutes to make
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 8. It'll
It's
make
got a
like
whole studio
unlimited
in there.
versions too.
You can remix it, like you can edit the lyrics and then regenerate the song. Like you can pretty much you can take inspirations from other
endless,
songs
dude.
that you already made and like I like that. You can make what do they call them? What are they? The personas or something. That's like you can if you hear an AI voice that you like, you can take that voice and be like, I want you to sing this song.
100%.
Like I want that voice. It's a
that's
you call it
crazy.
persona or something. I can't remember. But you can take like you can take those and just be like, yeah, it's pretty wild. To
Now I
this
want to
stuff,
fucking try.
but it's just, I mean, for me, it's just fun to make just hyper niche stuff to be like, I would never like. It's just I would say I made the music. I'm just like it's just funny to be like, hey, make me a fucking aggressive trap rap song about Godzilla beating up Mecha Godzilla. Thank you.
Boom.
Boom, it's done. Hey, make me the symphonic rock opera about Sanguinius at the Eternity Gate and Warhammer 40,000. Yes, thank you. And it does it, and it's fucking awesome. And you're just like,
It's awesome.
this is pretty good.
Dude, it's so we were talking about kind of before, like in a way it's good for people who they like music, they would love to make music, they'll never make music, they'll never get good enough at an instrument to actually that'll never happen. But now it's like it's kind of like a feel good thing to be like, hey, I love this song and I kind of like prompted it, I guess. Like, it's like kind of positive in a way for a lot of people.
For me, it's like it's like, hey, I want to hear a Broadway music song about this thing, and it does it, and it's like decently good. And you can give it. It's really funny because you could do like Broadway rap or like a Hamilton or whatever, like, but it has pretty interesting, the hip hop. The hip hop vibe to hip hop Broadway vibe, which is really fun, and do that for a song. And it's like, fuck, it's like, yeah, it turns out something pretty good, and it spits some pretty good lyrics at some points. And I'm like, that's pretty good.
It's genius, dude, a lot of times. Like we talked about it before, actually we started recording today. Like I just started using AI in this fashion for music. Like we jam together, we write like a verse, chorus, bridge, rough structure, play it for like an hour and a half, record it live off the floor, put a couple drum mics on, upload that to an AI and say, cover this song. Like Cass has already got his vocal melodies, all the parts are there. It shows you the potential if you actually spent the time to like produce a song to the max, what it could sound like. Like, oh, that could be a good song. But I will never be able to bring myself to release that music that you didn't record. You know what I mean?
But isn't it? It's a good tool though. Like
Writing
you
tool.
can do that, and then you'd be like, oh, I like this, and take some good things away for like your actual performing, because it's going to add stuff that maybe you didn't think of. So then it would enhance what you can do.
And it's giving like everyone who would never have access to like a Hollywood producer, someone who really knows music really well.
Are you seeing
Everyone-
AIs coming for the jobs of Hollywood producers?
It's
Because
over
I
for
think
those.
I think that might put a stop to AI.
Hollywood has nothing to do with AI. They've already stolen all their ideas. It's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fucking insane tool, and it's happened so fast. 3 years. You went from like it could do like background music and other things, terrible videos with 9 fingers and like weird shit,
Yeah.
and now it's like almost indistinguishable from like real people. It kind of has like a weird like motion blur on the face. You're like, that looks like AI. Like, it's
God.
almost there.
When that's gone, there's gonna be a fucking problem.
Big problem.
We're already getting there. So, like every now and then I'll see a video and I'm like, all right, where's that
I
fucking
find the
watermark?
movements are always weird. I feel
Yeah,
like
they-
when you're watching, you're just like, this doesn't really get human movement yet.
It's like so it's like a weird blur, like a motion
Yeah.
blur on like how
Yeah,
that
I've
I've
seen,
just
I've
see
seen
it,
some
you're
of those
like,
videos people do, and they are fucking nightmare fuel. Like some of them are really weird. Where it's like the people's mouths are just a little too wide, and you're like,
Oh, I don't know. It's like
I really
Uncanny
don't
Valley or
like it. I
whatever.
really-
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even like uncanny.
But
it's
2 more
just
years?
fucking creepy.
Okay,
It's just
good.
the night. Yeah, like, oh, that's
2 more years, it's insane.
fucking
Yeah.
dimension. You're just
You're gonna get their choose your own movies, like choose your own adventure, like on Netflix.
Well, those
But
books,
unlimited-
too. Those were dope. I remember
Yeah,
those
but
books.
unlimited options.
just
You'll
put
be
a
like, you'll
movie-
get to a screen, and you'll be like, you'll talk into your like remote control. You'll be like, it'll ask you a question, you'll be like, I want the guy to go down the stairs into the basement with an axe or whatever. Like you could just choose your own adventure, and then the guy, like you could do whatever you want.
No movie
that's
would ever
cool.
be scary for me again. Like that.
Yeah,
would,
yeah,
I want the guy to
Turns
get
out
back
he-
in the car and
the
go home.
best movies are unpredictable and keep you guessing and surprise you. And it's like if you're fucking like that, just I don't know. I don't.
You just give it the prompt eventually. Be like, give me a horror movie that's gonna keep me guessing and prompting.
No, Andrew's prompt would be like, "Give me a horror movie," and then halfway through, he'd be like, "Actually, make the guy turn around, go home, go." He goes to the
Yeah.
police right away,
Yeah.
reports
Kills the guy
this as
right
a
away.
crime,
No problem.
uh,
It's easy work.
saves the day. The
I mean, that's
the cops instantly arrest the bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Case
agree.
Closed.
In the same thing as music, I think like
Andrew
real
turns it into a court drama. He's got Mike Myers on the stand testifying.
Fuck yeah. Sounds better already, actually.
Mike Myers pleading the fifth.
Apologizing to the family.
Yeah. Did you order the code red? That's funny.
Is it time?
Yeah,
good
let's
enough?
Let's wrap
That's
this one up.
fucking
Let's wrap
good.
this one up.
That's fucking good.
All right. Well, yeah. I guess Braden said no one cares. Yes to everything. We're alien theorists theorizing again, and whatever happens after this
Fucking
point
right
is just a
we are.
yes.
Yes,
Let's
we're
go.
just yes, man.
That's gonna change the podcast. We're becoming yes men.
Yeah.
I can't wait to answer
Casey?
yes.
Yes.
I can't wait to answer yes to these requests for crystal healing therapy interview requests.
Perfect. Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, also,
theorizing.
hold on. We did have an ad read due tomorrow. I saw in the email. Host
Oh,
read.
yeah. They
ad
just
read.
it finally came back because we switched feeds back to alien theorists theorizing.
Okay,
We're
well,
back, baby.
You can do that after we go. Let's go.
No, I could do that. Someone could do it
During.
tomorrow. Or maybe we could just upload an old one. I don't know. Ugh. All right, that was fun. See you guys next
Peace,
week.
everybody.
Peace.